Yo guys, today's video is gonna be very weird. I'm actually just going to make a short video and tell you why I'm actually doing an appreciation post for the president of China. Yeah, we all know he's not really one of the nicest, right? That's my opinion. Yeah, but one thing you must learn is that Xi Jinping during the COVID-19 pandemic, he did something which most of you don't realize, right? When it comes to Bitcoin miners, he did a crackdown on Bitcoin miners, right? Bitcoin miners in China, they were in their millions. I mean, these were like nerds who were in their basements using, and all these GPUs. You can hear my GPUs are running right now. They're making a lot of noise. I mean, these guys were literally mining a lot of Bitcoin cryptocurrencies using these GPUs. So in 2020, the president decided to do one thing. He decided to ban cryptocurrency mining. He banned Bitcoin. And cryptocurrency miners were the first to go because he realized that, okay, so I'm probably going to lose my wealth to these guys because number one, they're mining a ton of coin which grows in value every single day. He didn't like that, obviously. Dictators do not love it when citizens become richer than them. And it's true, most of the guys were mining this Bitcoin. I mean, that dragon Lambos. But yeah, in 2020, around August, September 2020, during the COVID-19 pandemic, while we were in lockdowns, Xi Jinping was actually doing a crackdown on Bitcoin miners. All of their GPUs were seized, all of their mining rigs were seized, everything that they had, computers, everything was seized and was taken. Well, they were all taken and they went and crashed these things in stadiums. I mean, some stadiums were so full that they actually took the GPUs and crashed them on the streets. This is true. You can look it up on YouTube. So this is good for me. Let me tell you why it's good for me. Some of the guys who were not actually arrested on time or whose equipment was not seized on time, they tried to sell their GPUs. And I bought one of those GPUs. And the reason why it's good is because the GPU I bought on a typical day is expensive. It costs somewhere around 6,000-7,000 USD, right? It's not cheap. A lot of people don't even earn that much. So you can imagine that if I were to buy it, I'd have to take that take 7,000 somewhere and buy it. But because these guys were in a hurry to sell them, because they'd rather at least get something from that GPU. So they thought, okay, which is it? Is it we sell it for a cheaper price, or do we give it to the president for him to crush it in the streets? So they thought, okay, let's sell it, but at a decent price. And I hunted one of these GPUs down, and I found one of these miners, and I bought the GPU from them. Um, the GPU I bought was around 1.8, but I did buy, of course, the GDC Express Dockerizer card, PCIe, and the PCIe cable. I don't know the total, around 2.5, which is a knockoff. Today you'll not be able to do that, by the way. Maybe a Razer card, maybe PCIe cable, maybe, but the GPUs now, as you speak, are so expensive. Because the cycle is sort of sometimes are very expensive, sometimes a little bit less. But during this time, during the crackdown, the price was like a 70% slash. The second reason why this crackdown was good is because I also we benefited. Everyone outside of China benefited because now the hash rate power or the electrical consumption or the mining power was given to us miners outside. What I mean by that is that the Chinese are no longer mining anymore and they own 90% of the mining power. So you can imagine now the 90% of the mining power has been reverted to the international miner. That's me. I mean, the amount of cryptocurrencies I'm mining right now, I wouldn't be able to mine that if the Chinese were still mining. So, two things that I actually got from the crackdown by Xi Jinping, the president of China, president for life, was that I got a GPU and literally sort of free. Like there's 1.5, so 1.8, I'm really sure. And it's sort of free. You realize that a GT 734 GB DDR5, they're not cheap, okay? Secondly, banning cryptocurrency mining meant that the hash power or the mining power was now, it belonged to the international community. I mean, there were close to like at least 10 million miners in China. I mean, what, 10 million miners in China. And even if you go to China, no one would even know a Bitcoin miner. That's how crazy it is because there's so many of them. So yeah, I benefited because of Xi Jinping, and I would like to thank him right now if he's watching. I'm I'm not a political guy. I'm not making a political statement. I'm just saying thank you to Xi Jinping, the president of China, for cracking down on cryptocurrency miners because people like me outside of China, we benefited big time. So thank you, and thank you guys for watching this video. I'll see you next time.